Zhang Yi and the others arrived near Chaoyu Harbor in less than an hour. They then got out of the car and chose to advance on foot to avoid being ambushed by the other party. In terms of defense, the battle suits they were wearing were much higher than an armored vehicle. Therefore, the role of the battle suit was just for mobility. The group advanced in three-person teams. It was snowing, but the view was not obscured. Now the heavy snow covered almost all the buildings. The outer perimeter of Chaoyu Base was a large flat snowfield. And it was difficult to find a suitable cover on the snowfield. If they got closer than 3 kilometers, they would be easily discovered by the other side. However, if they can close the distance quickly, they will still be the side with the absolute advantage. Although the pirates are holding fast to Chaoyu Base, they do not know the terrain. On the contrary, before Zhang Yi set off, he had already given everyone a complete topographical map of Chaoyu Base to look at. Zhang Yi quickly made a decision. Keep moving. Shui Miao, you create a storm to block their view. Now that everyone is playing their cards openly, there's no need to hide. Shui Miao said, yes, Captain. His ability is wind, which is easy to use in this blizzard. As long as he creates a storm, he can form a natural shelter to block their view. Shui Miao summoned a huge storm and created a snowstorm in one corner of the Chaoyu Base. Then, taking cover in the storm, the members of the Tengu squad charged straight for Chaoyu Base's harbor. The commotion quickly attracted the attention of the pirates. Kanuta sat on a war cart piled high with snow, revealing a mouthful of shark-like teeth. Is it the regular army from the Jiangnan region? Men! Attack! He roared, and the surrounding pirates also wildly raised their firearms and roared wildly. These outlaws would not be daunted no matter who they faced. They were people who placed their own lives at risk. On the snowy field, gunfire had already sounded intensively, the muzzles aimed in the direction Zhang Yi and the others were heading. However, these ordinary bullets could not cause any damage to the combat suits. Not to mention their poor marksmanship, they couldn't shoot through the blizzard and hit the group. Bai Li Changqing charged at the front, growling, forget the fish, kill the mutants first. Settle this quickly. Everyone loaded their bullets, using standard weapons and origin bullets, of course. Crack. Bang bang bang. From the harbor base, the pirates were standing on top of metal boxes, laughing wildly as they fired in the direction of Zhang Yi and the others. Instead of attacking, Zhang Yi's group of mutants were lurking in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to close in for a fight. But just as Zhang Yi and the others advanced to a distance of about 1,000 meters from the harbor defense line, a very abrupt obstacle appeared. Bai Li Changqing charged forward, and his entire body was suddenly sent flying back, before tumbling to the ground and then expertly stabilizing his body. The others were also caught off guard and crashed into that position. What is this thing? There's a wall in front of us, a transparent wall. There was a transparent wall blocking their path, invisible to them. Zhang Yi's pupils constricted as the opponent's mutant made his move. He raised the white eagle in his hand and shouted, "Get out of the way!" The team members all made a path for themselves, and Zhang Yi fired a shot at the invisible wall. However, the holy silver bullet, which could break magic, stopped in front of the wall and then fell straight to the ground. Even holy silver bullets are useless? What kind of power is this? A group of fierce pirates ran, one after the other, crossing the container defense line towards Chaoyu Harbor, and charged over towards them. Gotcha, another big fish. Ha ha ha, how many supplies can we exchange with the lives of these people in the Jiangnan region? We're rich, this trip really wasn't a waste. Zhang Yi and the others looked at the thousands of pirates charging madly, as if they were a group of hateful locusts. How dare they charge proactively? Are they really looking for death? Wu Di sneered disdainfully. They don't know what kind of enemy they are up against. Pirates can only make trouble when they are at sea. Once they come ashore, they are equivalent to cutting off one of their arms. Not to mention ordinary pirate teams, even if the Sky Dragon King came, he wouldn't dare to fight the investigation team to the death. Therefore, in Wu Di's eyes, these people were undoubtedly looking for death. Zhang Yi, however, coldly watched this group of pirates without saying a word. For some reason, a bad feeling arose in his heart. After thinking about it, Zhang Yi took a few steps back. As a result, his body once again felt that feeling of being firmly blocked. Zhang Yi's hand reached back, and sure enough, their way had been sealed off by that invisible wall. Zhang Yi immediately said, "Observe your surroundings, we may have fallen into a trap, Upon hearing Zhang Yi say this, the group immediately began to observe their surroundings. This observation immediately made them realize something was wrong. At some point, a huge transparent cage had appeared around them, binding them all within. Not even the tops of their heads or the bottoms of their feet were spared. At this moment, thousands of pirates, armed with weapons, surrounded them. They had a sneer on their faces, as if they had seen a fish take the bait. However, they did not attack immediately, nor did they come any closer. A path was made through the pirates, and a tall, skinny man with a shark's face walked out. He was the captain of the 4th team of the Sky Dragon Pirates, Kanuta. Canute's gaze swept coldly over the members of the Tengu squad. "You're here, so introduce yourselves." Zhang Yi was not panicking at this time. He didn't even bother with Kanuta, but instead ordered his team. "Try to break through. Unless the other side has a mutant of level Epsilon, I don't believe there's any supernatural barrier that cannot be broken through." Upon hearing this, the team members immediately began attacking in all directions to test the barrier. Bullets, supernatural powers, and even fists were used. However, no matter how they attacked, the transparent barrier did not change in any way. It was not very powerful, nor could it reflect the Tengu members' attacks. It just absorbed all attacks like an ocean. Kanuta saw that no one had paid any attention to him and shrugged helplessly. "You guys are really rude. You don't even know the basics of being polite." He extended his right index finger towards the crowd. "But I can tell you, don't waste your energy. As long as you enter this cage, no matter what you do, you can't escape. Right now, you are all caged birds." Among the pirate group, there was a mutant named Chen Siyu. In his line of sight, the huge space where Zhang Yi and the others were located was a huge cubic cage. His ability is called Drawing a Prison. It is like the trap used by a bird catcher, where the cage is set up in advance to lock in a specific area. Once anyone enters, the trap is triggered and the cage is fully activated. No prey that enters can escape. However, in order to maintain the cage, he himself cannot move. Once his body moves, or if he himself dies, the trap will be released. This is the rule of his ability. Canute's smile quickly disappeared from his face, and with a wave of his right hand, he said, "Kill them." Upon hearing this, thousands of pirates laughed maniacally and pulled the triggers on their guns. From all directions, countless lines of fire formed by bullets shot towards the cage. "Defend!" Zhang Yi shouted. His Two Realms Junction was the first to activate, protecting himself, Liang Yu, Flower, and Yang Xinxin. There was no choice. The range of Two Realms Junction could only extend 1 meter, and he was invincible within a 1-meter radius, but he could not protect anyone beyond that. Fortunately, for everyone, these bullets did not pose a great threat. So everyone used their own skills to defend against the barrage of bullets. This is not right. Our attacks cannot get through, but they can attack us within this area. Is the siege ability used by the other party one way? Bai Li Changqing shouted as he used his halberd to block the bullets. Zhang Yi, however, was not in the least bit worried. Although he was in a cage, as long as his other dimensional space could be used, he would remain invincible. At this moment, one of the mutants among the pirates jumped out. He raised his hands high, and the humongous rock on the ground shot up into the sky, before condensing into a giant rock with a diameter of tens of meters in his hands. Under his control, the giant rock smashed towards everyone like a cannonball. Bai Li Changqing was about to go forward to block it. But Zhang Yi thought if the rock shattered, their room to move would be greatly restricted. Even if they had great abilities, they would find it difficult to exert their full strength. "Let me do it." Zhang Yi persuaded Bai Li Changqing to step aside. "Liang Yu, Flower, protect my surroundings," Zhang Yi said, and released his Two Realms Junction ability. The dimensional gate blocked the way of the approaching huge crater. The giant ice rock fell silently, and directly sank into Zhang Yi's dimensional space. Kanuta frowned. "Come on, is this the person Phoenix Ren told me to kill?" Just as the intelligence said, his defense ability is indeed something. However, as long as you cannot leave this prison, sooner or later I will wear you down and kill you.
Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and like the video. Thank you.